Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to those of you who've been here. Welcome to those of you who are new. My name is Jackie. I post weekly messages for all 12 signs, and I mix my tarot with astrology, numerology, and psychology. I always recommend you check out your rising sign first, then sun sign, then moon sign. If you have some extra time, check out your Venus placement as well. If you're not sure what time, what your placements are, and you know what time you were born, you could check out any of the free birth chart calculator, the free birth chart calculators. I can't speak today. Check them out online. The thing is, when you go on there, guys, for those of you who never did it before, they will put in a default time of 12 o'clock. If you don't know your time, the chances are your house placements and your rising sign will be inaccurate. Okay, just a little heads up there. You really do need the exact time of birth for that. But if not, just hang out and enjoy whatever messages we have for wherever your Sagittarius is. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. I always say that. Remember, this is not a personal reading. All right. So let's see. Let's pull some good tarot for clarifiers. So what do we have going on this week? Venus entering Virgo, hanging in there for a month. And we have the sun going into Leo, hanging out in there with Mars. So the Venus in Virgo is going to be happening in your 10th house of career, long-term goals, structure, status, reputation, public image, anything having to do with like men, father, it's even a husband energy, experts, the idea of fame. So we have Venus and Virgo in there. So Venus and Virgo is like a does this make sense kind of energy, right? It is a time we're going to be wanting to express our affection, our love, our desire for someone or something, but also loving ourselves at the same time through very practical means and gestures in the day-to-day, right? Because remember, Virgo, first of all, this is a 9 of coins energy, 100%, right? That's what it is, 9 of Pentacles, the whole month. That is in astrology what 9 of Pentacles is. It's Venus into Venus and Virgo. But it's like what makes sense. Like love needs to make sense and have a purpose. How we show ourselves, self-love and self-respect needs to make sense and be for our higher good. You know, for you guys having it in your 10th house, what are you doing for work? What are you doing for money? What is your marriage looking like, right? How are things even going at home, right? Because the 10th house works opposite the 4th house of home. So there can be this energy, right, that needs to be looked at, having to do with anything going on with your ability to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure, where it is that you live, where it is that you work, what's going on, how are you known. It's like what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. You know, it really is that kind of energy. But I do want to say Venus entering Virgo here for a month, very giving energy. We all have to figure out people who really matter to us in our life. It's a very important month for us to not necessarily be verbal about it, but to be helpful, to be very giving, you know. Very easy energy to feel guilty, even if you're not prone to that, if you're too self-indulgent or self-interested, right? Any kind of gluttony should be avoided in this energy, from food and substances to egocentric behaviors, anything like that. Just be extra kind and helpful to those you love, those that matter to you in your life, guys, including your pets, right? Because Virgo rules our pets. You know, even people at work, right? Particularly because you guys have that in the 10th house of career. Let's see, time for a nap, time to go. Not for you. Okay, it does seem like there's some sort of releasing that's going on here for sure. But it's a nice energy. It's a very practical time as well. Really sitting down and saying, does this make sense? Does this business deal make sense? Does this marriage make sense? Does this relationship or family situation make sense? If it does, awesome. It's a very blessed energy. If it doesn't make sense, it's not going to be that difficult for you to release it. It's really not, I do have to say. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention, we have this full moon in Aquarius. It's happening in your 3rd house, and it's kind of sitting between Pluto and Saturn. So that could be a little, it could make your emotions feel very stuck. Now, for you, this is happening, the full moon in Aquarius, hanging out in there with Saturn, is happening in your 3rd house, which is the mind, thinking, communicating, siblings, extended family, interests, neighbors, neighborhood, learning something new in a different way, right? These houses mean many things, so I try to give as much as I can. But Pluto, it's sitting between Pluto and Saturn. And Pluto, which is all about endings and beginnings and the need to transform something. Something is changing for you in your money sector, Sag. That's like money, work, income, your daily routines, your values, your material possessions, your priorities, your habits, your job, your work ethic. Okay. So we have some sort of change going on there for you. But because the full moon is sitting in between Pluto and Saturn, don't be surprised if you're having some sort of discussions with siblings or extended family members regarding money, regarding some sort of work, if you work together with these people, some sort of change in circumstances when it comes to communicating about money, about the bottom line of a particular negotiation, anything like that. Don't be surprised if that comes in. Okay. Now, I have to tell you, I feel like this is going to be a very good energy for you. You guys are immutable signs. You, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces. I feel like this month is going to be the most positive for you, for those 4 signs. So I really like it. I feel like there's going to be some sort of change in your circumstances. It's going to end up being like for the better, I do feel like. You have a lot of healing going on in your 5th house as well, that Chiron retrograde, and it is sextiling that 3rd house energy, even though it's squaring the 2nd house of money. So if you're trying to get out any sort of creative project, if you're trying to get some sort of business off the ground, if you're trying to do anything like that, don't be surprised if there's some, I'm not going to say delay, tension and stress. As something is figured out, as something is ironed out, it's okay, right? I mean, this is what, because ultimately, if you are Sagittarius, if you are pushing any sort of creative endeavor out into the world, if you're trying to launch something, anything like get a business off the ground, all of that, Chiron retrograde in Aries is going to be so unbelievably healing for you, where you're going to be able to walk through things and figure out what's working, what's not working, in order to manifest what it is that you're putting out there by the end of December. Okay, because Chiron's going to be retrograde in there until December. I mean, and this is a really, to have Chiron retrograde in all signs. Aries is great. That's like leadership, move over, here I come kind of energy, right? So let's look at the oracles that we have right now. We have Wild, and that's being clarified by Star. I love this. Listen, Wild is, what are you scared of? Go in that direction. What do you, like, what would you do if you were like, oh, that's crazy? That would have to be pretty severe for a Sagittarius to say that, actually. No, but it's, look, I mean, you guys are very sensible, if nothing else, right? I mean, you have a lot of integrity, obviously more than any other sign. You're all about the truth. You're all about higher mindedness, belief system, all of that. But there's just going to be this push that is very, very clear that you're going to need to take a chance. So there's something going on in your life that you need to take a chance. That business opportunity, that relationship, taking a chance to put something out there having to do with something regarding your family. Whatever it is, it's going to be very healing. This is about hope and guidance and inspiration and creativity, and a change for the better after what's been a difficult time. But the Star is about something different coming in. The Star is Aquarius. Aquarius is something out of the box. It's ruled by Uranus. It's some sort of shocking surprise, and something's going to be coming in that's very healing. So then we have this working with the not for you. So I feel like there was some sort of original idea that you guys were working on, having to do with a business opportunity, a relationship, whatever it is. But the way you guys originally were discussing it or thought it would work out, that's not working out that way for you right now. And don't listen to anyone else telling you, what are you doing, Sagittarius? You can't do that. That's not the way things work. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You know, why are you doing that? You know it's not going to be successful. You know that thing isn't going to work. That relationship, that venture, whatever it is. Just because you're taking a different approach doesn't mean you're not going to be successful, because you are needing to take a leap. But with the Star energy here, taking a leap and doing something unusual for you because something hasn't been working out for you up to this point, It's like, okay, I tried that way, I tried that way, I tried that way. Guess what? Didn't work. So now it's time to like throw caution to the wind and go after exactly what it is that's scaring me, right? And that, to me, guys, that is the theme right there of the whole year. I just feel like that is heavy energy for Sagittarius this year. You scared? Go in that direction. Honestly, you guys are the south node of the moon. You have until the beginning of January to wrap things up, to put yourself on the path that you're meant to be on. And obviously you can't control everything. You can only control yourself and what it is that you put out there. So if you feel like you keep knocking on empty, the doors to empty rooms, things aren't panning out here, they're not panning out there. It's like, okay, bye, next. That kind of thing. And don't listen to anybody or what anybody is trying to tell you. Discover your life purpose. And that's being clarified by the Tower. I really like these energies. You're like, wait, what? The Tower? Tower is Mars. And Mars is like, guess what, man? I've been showing you the red flags. You haven't been looking at them. Now I have to come in and help you out. That thing that you've been trying to make happen in that way, it's not working because it's not meant to work like that. And the time and the calendar and everything is clicking and turning forward, not backwards. So let's go. Let's get on the path that you were meant to go on. I love this. I love this. Let me just see, like, what is going on in your 8th house? You have Mercury transiting in Cancer, transiting your 8th house right now of endings and beginnings. So I like that because a lot of the communication that you're having right now, you want to make sure that there is like a strong foundation in whatever it is. If you're going to end something and go and begin something new, your whole strategy does it make sense, and is what are the chances? Like 100% scale. What are the chances? I know I can't know everything, but what are the likely chances that this is going to be successful? And you going in that direction, and you trying to manifest that, and you trying to figure that out for yourself. Tower, time to go. Yeah, and become a clear channel. So not allowing any nonsense, no static, no disruptive energies, that could be any sort of distraction. Nothing like that. Don't worry about, I know you guys are going to laugh right now, but I'm like, don't worry about your family, your friends, your spouse, what makes sense, money, whatever. What is your gut telling you? What is your gut? You are very tempted to run in that direction. You have your bags packed, your metaphorical bags packed. You're like, I have to just do this, right? Yeah, listen, Page of Fire. Here you go. That's it. Express yourself. This is, first of all, really good news coming in about any project that requires negotiation. This is a very busy time at work, or anything that has to do with money. This could bring in a new offer, but this is the thing. The status or like the glam of the offer might not be as high, as much, or whatever that you'd like or expect. It's still going to appeal to you in theory. Just make sure you read the fine print before signing or agreeing to anything. And if other people in your life are like, Sagittarius, what are you doing? Don't go out with that person. Don't sign that contract. Don't let that person invest. Don't just no. You say, listen, I have to do what I have to do, right? It's not that you're not listening to people who might possess more experience or more wisdom in whatever it is that you're doing. It's not that. You're not being stubborn in that way. It's just that you're recognizing that your head is full of a lot of static right now, coming from areas that have no business being there in your head, right? And I always say we need to be very cognizant and very protective of the real estate in our mind, the real estate inside of us, right? What do we allow to inflect? This is like a very sort of healthy tunnel vision kind of sensibility I'm getting here. Time for a nap. This means step back and don't do anything. Wait for conversations to come in. Wait for offers to come in. Wait for that person to call. Wait. Don't go chasing anything. Wait for somebody to come to you. And then we have refine your attention. That's exactly this. This is like getting into, I almost want to say like your King of Swords space, right? being sort of like outwardly calm, very logical, using sound logic, no emotions, just letting things like ride out in a particular way, having to do with whatever is speaking to you here. So very interesting. Okay, so that's what we have from the oracles. Now let's pull a Celtic cross spread. Again, like I always do, I'm going to timestamp below for those of you who don't want to hang out for the whole thing. I understand, rubber band. We're busy people with busy lives. Can't hang out and watch YouTube all day. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread general, and then I'm going to pull 7 card ellipse for general for relationship. I'm not going to be separating them out this particular week, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have as much time, even though my videos have been running much longer this week as well. All right. They're running longer than I had anticipated, but... Pentacles in reverse. Oh, all right. Listen, sorry. I'm starting with the relationship read. Sorry, Charlie. It's how the energy, it's like just kind of went on automatic. I'm going to timestamp for the Celtic cross spread. So we have 10 of Pentacles in the reverse in the past. 10 of Pentacles in reverse in the past. This could have to do with family conflict, feeling very lonely, maybe some sort of foreclosure issue having to do with either your home or a business, if you have a business, something like that. But there being some sort of family conflict that you were dealing with in the past. And right now you're in a space of kind of feeling very much so like you're in an emotional stalemate and you need to make a decision. So you might want to protect yourself, but the situation's not going away. So you're better off just saying what's on your mind, what's on your chest, getting it out, right? Because you need to make a decision about the future. I just feel like this very crossroad kind of vibe here. I really do. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse. This could be bad news coming in. This could indicate some sort of legal issue, some sort of tax issue. This could indicate something, maybe something is going on with one of your children that's troubling you right now. Could certainly be that. And you know, Sagittarius, for those of you with children, Chiron retrograde is in Aries in your 5th house. So don't be surprised if your children might be going through a period where they're actively doing some healing right now. They're trying very actively to try to heal something. So however that resonates, but that may be impacting your relationship right now as well. Some sort of issue with one of your children. So we have the World here as the advice. And this is a very, very benefic energy for sure. I mean, with relationships, it's really learning a lot of lessons and being happy and fulfilled and in a very loving situation. So this is really quite beautiful. There's nothing not to like here. So there's this need, though, to actually reflect on lessons learned, right? Because this is a Saturnian energy. Lessons learned. What have you achieved? What have you learned? But it's almost like feeling like a goal completed kind of energy. So I don't know if some of you maybe were like your end point was to buy a house, buy a business, get pregnant, get married. There was something where there was some sort of end point, and that's completed. And there's a lot of value in that. So that needs to be focused on right now. As it does look like there's confusion in another area. It's like on one hand, it seems like you guys are working something out. Some of you may be in a space of saying, you know what, lesson learned. I don't know if I want to go back to that energy. Because some of you, if there was family conflict and you're of two minds about how it is that you feel about this person, this Page of Swords in the reverse in the future could also indicate somebody very, very immature and emotionally manipulative. And you're saying, you know what, lesson learned, been there, done that. And I don't really think I want to go back there again, right? And then we have external energy that's influencing is the Six of Wands in the reverse. And this is about sort of like retreating after some sort of failure or giving up or feeling this very clear lack of confidence in the relationship. Maybe they're just not feeling very connected and very good. They're not feeling very supported. It's an energy external to you that's not feeling very supportive, very connected to you. But your challenge here is the Ten of Swords, which is about an ending that has a history to it. And it's the finality and the release of something that ends up pulling you away from whatever frustration, stress, whatever it was associated with this situation, this within relationship, pulling you away from it, even if it hurts, even if it's painful, right? But this is your block. So some of you might be having a hard time ending something. Some of you might be having a hard time releasing something. It doesn't necessarily mean there's breaking up. It's not one of those energies. So it is only a minor arcana. But there's some sort of painful period within this relationship that needs to be released, and so that it can be transformed into a healthier energy. But this is like what you want, but you might be having a hard time doing it. And this is in your internal psychology. But then we have as the final outcome energy in the Nine of Cups, which is beautiful. This is about happiness and wishes manifesting and just feeling really connected and being able to grow something. So it looks like something's going on here. So for some of you, there's a lot of healing that's going on here. And it's like the final release of something is exactly what you need to be happy. For others of you, it looks like there's some sort of situation going on. If it's not within the relationship, it's something that's impacting the relationship. You know, and the way this can manifest is like, for example, the Two of Swords. Maybe you're really confused about something going on with one of your kids, or really confused about something going on with your career. And that ends up impacting the relationship, right? So it could be something like that. But let's see what other energies we have. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Go front in reverse. Okay. Ace of Cups. Okay. Expect the unexpected. Wow. Okay. Okay. So we have the Nine of Wands. Position of strength. Strong position. But you're really tired. You're really tired of dealing with something within this relationship, but you do have the perseverance to see it through. This is temporary, but you might be feeling very defensive right now. Just make sure you don't stay in any kind of like negative mindset. You want to be careful of that. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, so this could be somebody who you might be dealing with, somebody who's financially dependent on you, maybe somebody who's greedy, a little greedy. Doesn't have to do with pentacles at all. It could have to do with connection, mental, physical, emotional connection. So maybe they're not very communicative with you. You know, intimacy is far more rare than you would like, or anything like that. So that could be a situation that you're dealing with. And then clarifying that, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords in reverse is about restlessness and anxiety and just feeling burnt out from a situation. It's like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And you're just feeling very ready to act on something, feeling very ready to move forward in something. And then we have the Hierophant reverse. So this is being misled by somebody. So you might be dealing with somebody who's being misled, or you might be being misled by a very like morally compromised person, or being surrounded by people giving you bad advice, giving them bad advice, you know, people who are just very self-interested. It's really better to just tap into your own, you know, intuition here and walk your own path. Well, that's what somebody else needs to be doing. You know, if there's an issue, it's the kind of thing where it's like something comes up and they talk to their friends or their family, right? And this is what's going on, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then people are like, what are you kidding me? Why are you, you know, dealing with that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? ABC, da-da-da. Tune them out. Tune out the distractions. Going back to the oracles, right? Tune out the distractions. We have the beautiful Ace of Cups energy here. This is love and key emotional events here. This is nice. Something's going to be happening that's going to allow you guys to move forward, push forward, grow. So this could have to do with fertility and pregnancy. This could have to do with prioritizing parenting. If that's a situation in your world right now, this could also have to do with falling in love. You know, just strong love and support though as well. Very spiritual energy too. Spiritual growth. Clarifying that we have the Five of Swords, and it's in the reverse. So this is about a fair fight and peace after trouble, but also like the truth coming out, right? Because the sword's in reverse. It's like the truth comes out. So either, I mean, this could be somebody voluntarily bringing something out, or it could be being called out or caught doing something. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is all about expect the unexpected. So, you know, then you might be dealing with a person who is very forthright, sort of that kind of energy, who's always ready for a fight to say, no, this is what I want, and this is what I need, that kind of thing. This is somebody who can actually get bored pretty easily as well in relationships, so not the easiest energy. You know, like they get bored and then they start a fight and they move on and they take no responsibility for the reconciliation. So some of you might be dealing with an energy like that unpredictable roller coaster kind of vibe, where you're like, I don't even know what's going on with that person. Or if it's not showing up as an influence or a person, if this is just you, this is just expect the unexpected. Something happening that's good. We have the Queen of Cups energy, Gemini and Cancer. Very nice. So I feel like some sort of communication is going to be coming in that's going to incite there being this feeling of safety, security, a strong foundation, and a deepening of love and connection. Very healing energy. We have the Star clarifying that, which is all about healing, hope, change for the better after a difficult time. And this is Aquarius, right? So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, like surprise. I feel like there's some sort of unexpected surprise coming in that's going to end up pushing something forward. This is a very, very, this is destiny driven. Also, I mean, it does indicate if you're in connection with somebody, you are meant to be with that person. It's like you guys are soulmates. You have a soul connection. It does seem like that. For those of you who are not connected at all, it's time for you to find that soul connection. The energy is just very, very supportive of that for you, particularly because you have the North Node in Gemini right now. And so whenever in your 7th house of partnership, so whenever the North Node transits a house, it always brings a gift. You know, the South Node, we have to release something, right? And you're the South Node, right? So something about how you feel about yourself, your attitude, your identity, your approach to life. There needs to be some sort of release there. But it's like when you release that, then the gift comes in your relationships. Okay. So, working a little recursively here. Okay, that's what I have for that. Let's go into Celtic cross spread, and we'll apply this for general messages. You're the Emperor right now. Why not? We'll take it. All right, this makes sense. This makes sense to have the Tower and the external energy for you because something ended up not working out that you were trying to push forward. Remember the not for you and all of that, the oracles? Yeah. Okay, but let's see what we have here. So coming into this energy, we have the Queen of Coins, Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. This is this, for those of you in relationships, could be a marriage energy or money coming to those of you who are coupled. This is a beautiful sex life. This is about fertility, getting pregnant, being able to grow something, being able to move into that next space. But I feel like whatever it is here, Sagittarius, it's like you taking care of you. You taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, your finances, doing what you need to do. I don't know did I just call you something besides Sagittarius? So bizarre when stuff like that happens to me. Anyway, please don't think me loony, I'm not. So we have the Emperor as you right now, Aries, Mars energy. So leadership, here we go. So this could have to do with, if, first of all, if you're single, this could indicate you're meeting somebody who's awesome, but you have a lot in common. If it has nothing to do with you being single and it has to do with a partnership that you're in, this could be future plans and practical matters or practical things that are going on being addressed in your current situation in a very healthy way, which is good. If this is to do with career or money, this is finances getting organized, and balance found in any sort of money matters or money situation that you have going on. But the thing is this, if you're engaged in something that doesn't feed your passion, where you just don't feel like it's doing it for you, right? You want to rethink this. You really want to rethink it, right? You're going to feel stifled. You're going to feel held back. You're going to feel like, no, I don't think I can do this. So you have to feel there's got to be some sort of passion involved in whatever it is. If it has to do with a relationship, but if it has to do with this, this career move, whatever it is, the passion has to be there. Very, very important. And what's the challenge here? We have the star showing up in the reverse. Giving up too easily in a project, experiencing some sort of creative block. But you might be too attached to a fantasy while overlooking the details of a situation. Or you might be pulled into a false sense of security into something that has no real foundation or little chance of actually being successful in the long term. But you also might be in a space, Sag, right now where you just don't feel very supported. Right? Depending on what else is aspecting in your chart and what's going on in your life. The basis of the situation is the Ten of Coins. So the Ten of Coins is about family and maturity and deepening of commitment and shared values and property and legacy and inheritance. For some of you, it's inheritance and sharing, anything like that. But then we have the Strength reverse. So there's some sort of weakness and difficulty with the decision, right? There's some sort of like making a decision, taking a risk here. You're having a hard time, even though the oracles were like, whatever you feel like you need to take a risk and go in that direction. That's probably why you got those. Any kind of confrontation, you're just going to be like, oh no, But the thing is, you might ignore your instincts in the name of safety and ease, because it's easier to not deal with something, but that can end up creating a situation where things don't work in your favor. It stunts the growth of a situation. So be aware of overthinking or analysis paralysis. It's best to face whatever it is. Be grateful for the lesson in the experience, because whatever it is, it's not going to just go away on its own. There's got to be some sort of addressing of something here. And it could have to do with a creative project. You want to be careful here. Because it's the Strength energy is Leo, and Leo is that 5th house, and I do feel like there is going to be a lot of healing in that space, but also the fact that you have Libra, which is all about analysis paralysis and not being able to make up your mind, is sitting in your 11th house right now, which has to do with your wishes, your hopes, and all of that for the future. So you might be in the space where it's like, oh, that didn't work out, not knowing. I feel like you're very confused about something. Like really confused about waiting for something, waiting for a yes on something, whether it's, I don't know, an investment, a lawsuit, a relationship, some sort of project. So here we have the suggested approach, which is the advice. Justice is all about what's fair, what's not fair. And this being very important to you right now. Right? I mean, you might feel or experience a challenging situation that feels like a test, right? So if this has to do with career or money, this does mean that things are going to go well and in your favor, especially if you have to do any kind of negotiations, especially if it has anything to do with money, any sort of legal issue, anything having to do with property, anything having to do with papers needing to be signed. Things are going to end up progressing, right? I mean, this is an energy of like, okay, right? Suggested approach, pay attention to things being equitable and fair. This all needs to be paid attention to. But there's going to be some sort of truth coming out. There's going to be a need to balance something out. for there to be a win-win situation. Again, this is all about fairness. Now, if this has to do with relationships, still about balance and fairness being super important to look at right now, because Venus, the ruler of this energy, wants us to feel good about being in something, and she really values things that are equitable and loving and fair and not imbalanced and all of that. Like, emotional needs need to be met here. Emotional needs need to be met. There's got what's fair, what's not fair. So sticking with that, right? Sticking with that idea. We have this external energy or others is the idea of a tower energy, which is this necessary surrender and this realization coming to light. And there needs to be this letting go of past patterns of relating, either having to do with this business situation or this relationship, this marriage, this family situation, whatever it is. The tower is Mars. And again, Mars comes in and is like, it hasn't been working. I've been sending up the red flags. You haven't been paying attention. Now I have to come in, take everything down because it's not meant for you. And then the way it goes is Mars picks us up, puts us on the chariot, which is Cancer, to go towards our metaphorical home space. So whatever falls apart now for you, it truly was not meant to work. So if you're feeling disappointed, you just have to say that it wasn't meant. It's this next thing is supposed to work out, not this thing. This next thing, right? But your challenge is the world reverse. This is not easy, right? It's like you feel ready to move on, but you feel blocked. Some of you might even feel undeserving of success in a career or relationship. This could just be because you're just tired and you're the south node of the moon, you poor thing, honestly. Just not an energy that you're used to navigating. But this could also show you holding on to something that eludes you. And if that's the case, you have to redefine what it is that you want and make some sort of adjustments according to what is possible. Because you don't want to hold on to something at the exclusion of all else, right? I mean, if that's exactly what the oracles were telling us. So just know that whatever's happening now, whatever snafus you're running into, whatever doors are shutting, whatever it is, it's actually not that big or bad. It's temporary, because the world, it doesn't matter if it's upside down, sideways, right side, it doesn't matter. It's always beautiful and positive, but this just means some sort of minor adjustments need to be considered, and it just makes it take some time to get what is coming to you. So don't lose the faith. Don't get too swept up in the negativity of something not working out right now. It's okay. Something needs to work its way out, you know. But I do feel like you're dealing with a really unhealthy energy. King of Swords in reverse. I don't like it. This is like a con man energy. I know it's such a cheesy saying, right? Con man. But it's like a corrupt kind of person, right? You know, almost like a very like mentally abusive, or dangling a carrot in front of you kind of thing, promising the world, not having any, you know, without feeling guilty, not having any intention of following through with somebody, maybe in the way that's being discussed. So be very careful. As then we have the King of Cups as the final outcome. Again, not a cool energy. This is like, again, emotional abuse, just abusive energy. I don't like dishonest and emotionally abusive. So I don't know if this has to do with a relationship, if this is with some sort of business situation, but it's not a good energy I'm getting. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. Hello. I mean, that's, yeah. Greed. Somebody's being greedy here. Somebody's looking for quick results, quick. And they don't want to put the work into something. So we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is being let down, feeling depressed, feeling disappointed, moving away from the toxicity, pulling yourself away. That's it. Allowing some space to do some thinking. Okay, with the Four of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups in reverse is a new outlook, a new option, a new direction. Isn't this what we said with the oracles? So something not working out, but something else being right there. And we have the King of Coins in the reverse. So the King of Coins in the reverse is just a very like no follow through. This is somebody who's very jealous as well. It's got very jealous energy, not a very pure, unhindered energy. This is somebody with like issues, honestly, and there's no follow through. A lot of talk, a lot of promises. Oh, Sag, I don't know. Are you okay? So hold on. I want to pull one more. 5 of coins. 7 of coins. Yep. All right. Look. So we got the 5 of coins in it. So 5 of coins is feeling like there's a test of resources, a fear of financial issues, some sort of financial issues. But so some sort of issue happening, having to do with money, could also have to do with mental, physical, or emotional connection. Okay. So you have to consider new options. Either a new relationship, a new business connection, a new offer, a new opportunity, something new that's going to help you see your way forward out of this and out of this fear space. Because I see there's fear here. So you're afraid for your security. You're afraid of having what you need in order to push forward in that relationship, in that connection, whatever it is. Some of you may even be feeling, though, like the pain in the aftermath of a breakup or something not working out. So some sort of business situation not working out, a relationship. This could even, 5 of coins, tarot never indicates literal death, guys. It never should. So if somebody tells you otherwise, be very suspect of them. But this could deal with an energy where there's pain in the aftermath of either a breakup or a death. So you're going to know if that resonates with you, obviously. But it's the sense of feeling like unsupported and sort of kind of like lonely, right? But unsupported when it comes to something, right, that's mattering to you. But then clarifying that, we have the nice 7 of Pentacles, which is nice. Hard work paying off here. You have to be patient, though. There's a lot of potential for success here. So whatever's going on, relationship, business situation, family situation, whatever's going on, don't give up. Don't give up. The thing is here, you're so much closer than you realize. So if you hit a bump in the road, understand it's a bump. It's not a mountain, okay? Oh, I think this is going to ultimately end up being good for you. Just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you for this week. Have a very blessed week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.